Thanks very much. Hello. Nice to see you all. Nice to be face to face with real people rather than looking at a screen. I had to do a presentation for a seminar last week with some European partners, and there were a few technical hitches, which meant that I couldn't see any of them, but they could see everything I was doing on my desktop, which is a bit tricky. So while I was trying to think about that and think about what I was saying, I had my puppy hanging off the sleeve of my jumper, so I'm sort of like this as well, trying to get it to go away. It was a bit of a challenge, so hopefully this will be much more straightforward. Apologies, I realised about a week ago that my business cards are all out of date. They've got the wrong website and email address on, so I've printed off just a few little contact slips, but as has been said already, the guys at Social Enterprise Solutions can put you in touch with me as well. So I'll just leave these on the stage there. Right, I'm Alan, and I'm a gardener. And I absolutely love gardening. And it was that led me to set up my organisation, Urban Organic. We're based at the Blind Home at Squires Gate. We have a big community garden there. And the main reason for us being there is that my own father was blind. So when I was a little kid, we used to go along there every Thursday evening to the social club. And it held a lot of fond memories for me. Wind forward a number of years, I've been to Kew Gardens studying gardening and done all sorts of gardening related things. And I was looking for a site for a community garden in Blackpool that was secure, accessible, had people to work with, all this long list of criteria. And I kept driving past there thinking, you know, that could be a great place. So I wrote a list of things we could do there, potentially, big long list, and approached Ruth, the director, and she said, yeah, great, when can you start? And I said, well, which ones do you want to do? Oh, all of them. Right, okay, so we want bees, chickens, lots of gardening going on. So that was our in, and that was 7 years ago. So we've been running a weekly gardening session there for the residents, but also we have some volunteers come along to help out at those sessions. And these are all sorts of people. They've all been DBS. But other than that, people from all walks of life who like to come and help out, because although it's a gardening club, it's about socialising. It's about those people coming out of the home and sitting around doing whatever task we have laid on for them that week, usually potting something on or planting some seeds. But there's a lot of chit-chatter, and we have a cup of tea, and the gardening forms a sort of level playing field for everyone to contribute and get involved in some way. So it's an absolute joy to do. When the lockdown struck, and it did strike, my first thought was, we can't let this stop, because every week, I'd be along there on a Wednesday afternoon. Usually if I popped outside the polytunnel, I'd hear the laughter inside and, the chitter-chatter. And I just thought, we've got to continue this some way. So I'd started a YouTube channel, as many people do, and I decided to try and set up the gardening activities by video. So we did that for a while, and that kept us going through the early part of the pandemic. The residents and the staff would watch the video in the home, then they'd come out knowing what to do, and we'd magically left all the materials for them to do the activity. So as I say, that kept us going. And now we're back to being face-to-face again, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So we do those sessions. We are looking for a few volunteers to help out with those. They're on a Wednesday afternoon, 1:30 till 4 o'clock. And please get in touch if you know somebody who's interested in doing that. Also, we've started a new project at Wheaton Army Camp, because there's a lot of troops come back from Cyprus, apparently, and they're living there with their families, their children, and there's a community garden site that was created there years ago, and it's just been neglected since. We've managed to get some funding to set that up again, to get it going, to put a polytunnel in and various things. And the camp are now having a policy of trying to involve the local community as well, trying to integrate more. So we're looking for people to work on that as well. And that will be largely over next summer, so April through to the end of July, and then we're going to apply for more funding. Which day is it on? I've momentarily forgotten, but again, if you know anyone who's potentially interested in that, please put them in touch with us. Also, we are at a theatre that's been taken on by a partner organisation, which is the Electric Sunshine Project, and they've set up the Old Electric Theatre in town, which is a community theatre. It's opposite the Metropole Hotel on Springfield Road, and we have a woodworking shop there. So it's really good for us. We can make planters and trellis and all sorts of things for the garden, but also we help them out by making bits of stage sets and props and things like that. And we've managed to get some awards for all money to do a regular woodworking session there, which will be one-to-one. You don't have to be an expert in woodworking to come and do it. It's purely therapeutic, so you can be an expert if you want, or you can come along as a complete beginner. Whoever you are, you're going to learn something and you're going to enjoy it. And I work with two brilliant people, Stu and Debbie. Stu runs a woodworking shop and he's a great guy, and he's very good at getting people to be creative. So if you have any potential people who'd like to be involved with that, that's on a Thursday. It can be morning or afternoon, and again, it's by appointment. It's one-to-one, so just get in touch. The other thing is we do some international work, so we're part of what's called the AURA network. AURA stands for Observe, Rethink, Act, and it's all about getting young people involved through the environment in becoming empowered, in thinking about their future, how they relate to other people, how they relate to society, what sort of work they want to do. And it's all based on non-formal education. The membership is really eclectic. There's musicians and artists and youth centres and all sorts of people from across Europe. And we're just about to host another visit from them to Blackpool. But I'm telling you about this because even though we're coming to the end of the Erasmus Plus funding that's allowed us to participate in this and provide opportunities for young people from this area to take part, we are talking with other organisations across Europe to see how we can continue it, because it is a fantastic thing for people from this town to experience other cultures, to think about how we relate to each other, to think about what our common problems are as well. And that's something that we very much involve the gardening in, which is, of course, my main interest. Two more things. We do beekeeping as well, so we run bee experience sessions. We've got some beehives on Booth's roof in Poulton, and at some other locations as well. Those sessions have all been paused for the moment, but we aim to start up again next April. And that's a fantastic thing for people to come and do, whether they know anything about bees or not. It's just an amazing experience to get close to a beehive with the top off and all the bees coming up, and just experience what amazing creatures they really are. Lastly, just to blow my own trumpet, I am a judge for the Royal Horticultural Society. I'm a national judge now. We used to be regional. I do it nationally now. And I judged the Britain in Bloom competition. And last week I was at Chelsea Flower Show, and it was just incredible. Once again, to be there with all these other people thinking, wow, we can do this again. This is brilliant. So I just think it's so special, isn't it? After we've been locked up for so long, that we're allowed out again, and we can really make some amazing things happen in this town, because it is an amazing place and there's some amazing people here. Okay, I'll shut up now. Bits of paper over there. Thanks very much. Any questions? Yes.
So from a district nursing point of view, we visit lots of housebound patients, and a lot of them are elderly with gardens that become overgrown. So is there any of your volunteers that would go to those houses to help with those gardens?
We've not got anything like that at the moment.
That's your next plan then.
We do some, yeah, that's a good idea actually. We do some private work, which we charge for, but that helps to sustain our other projects as well. So we can offer that, but
a lot of our patients are elderly and have no money, so back to me when you've got that one settled.
I know that Envision offer a service. Again, it's not free, you have to pay for it, but I think that's at a reduced rate, so I'd inquire about that. Yeah.